Hi everyone, today we are going to talk about objects, properties and methods. Let's imagine a real-world object like a Ducati motorcycle. The properties will include name, model, weight and color. All motorbikes have the same properties, but the properties will vary from one motorbike to another. The methods include starting, driving, braking and stopping. Again, all bikes have the same methods, because they all start, drive, brake and stop, but will be executed at different times. Variables are containers of values and objects perform the same function, with the difference that they can contain many values. Let's make some example. Here we go to create an object. We declare variable moto, and then we assign all properties. In that case we have three different properties that are type string. In that case Ducati, Monster and Red are three string properties. Then we show a data from the object, in that case documented element by ID test, so it's gonna land here. The brand is moto, so we are pointing to that variable, to that object. And we pick up type, so we expect to appear Ducati as it is here. The brand is Ducati. We also have a different method to show that. Instead of moto type, we can write moto parenthesis string model. The effect is absolutely the same. In fact, we can see here Ducati Monster. No difference. So those pairs like type Ducati or model Monster or color Red are called properties. So let's go briefly to understand better what a method is. A method is a function saved as a property. Also objects can have methods. Methods are basically actions that can be performed on an object. The methods are stored in the properties as function definitions. What is this? The JavaScript keyword this refers to the object it belongs to. It has different values depending on where it is used. In a method, this refers to the owner object. If it's alone, refers to the global object. If it's in a function, again it refers to the global object. In a function definition, this refers to the owner of the function. Let's go and see that specific example we did here with test 1. We have a script, we declare a variable person, and inside of that variable person we have something that you clearly recognize as an object. It's like it could be a car and it could be a person, like in that case. We have a name, Jane, and we have a last name, Doe, and we have the ID of that specific person. Then, inside of the object, what we have? A function. We call the function name last name with appropriate camel case, so the first letter of every word inside of the name is uppercase. And what do we say in that function? Return this name. In that case, this is as person, this dot name plus space this dot last name. So we are going to extract name and last name from the object person. Then we are going simply to put all those data in test1, and we use person.name last name. What's happened here is basically is going to print that two data from the object. Of course, if we put ID instead of that value, is going to work the same, putting the ID and the last name. We set it back. I know that it might seem confusing at first, because we are always talking about function, but what we should think about is that we basically have things inside one another. We have a bigger shell, that is the HTML file. Inside there is a head and body. In that case, inside of the body we have a paragraph. In that paragraph, for example, test1, we are going to write something. What we are going to write in that paragraph test1 is taken from the script. So now we have a lower level, the script. Inside of the script we have, let's say, the intelligence, and we have a variable person, and we assign, first we declare the variable, and then we assign to that variable an object. The object is that stuff here. Inside the object we have properties, and one of these properties is the function name last name, that allows us to put those two elements together. Since name last name is something very common, we can expect to have a need for using it a lot, so make totally sense to create a function for it. So as you see, if we go through it, it's not so complicated, it's just pretty logic. Everything has to have his own specific domain. And that's the way JavaScript and at large HTML works. Thank you for your attention. I suggest, as always, to exercise about the things we have seen together, and see you in the next video. Bye!